Welcome back. I'm Wyatt Goolsby in for Lauren Ashburn. How do Catholic values intersect with American culture? Lauren Ashburn recently interviewed a professor who explains radical hospitality.
Joining me is Carter Sneed, Director for the Center of Ethics and Culture, a political and law professor at the University of Notre Dame. Thank you for joining us.
Great to be here.
Love having you on the show.
Pleasure.
Bioethics is part of our culture. You are the director of that center, I just mentioned, of ethics and culture. What grade would you give American culture in terms of Catholic values?
Oh, that's a hard question. Well, American culture is obviously not a homogenous thing. I mean, culture is reflected in different parts of the country, in different communities and so on. But being a lawyer and a law professor, I think that law reflects culture and informs culture in an important way. And I would say that we have a lot of work to do in that respect, insofar as our laws really don't provide the sorts of protection and respect for every member of the human family at all stages of development, including especially unborn children.
Here in Washington, D.C., the government just enacted an assisted suicide law that Congress tried to get rid of, but it didn't work due to a timetable and not wanting to interfere in D.C. law.
Right.
What needs to happen to stop the trend, this trend of abortion and assisted suicide, population control, China?
I think both at the legal level to shape people's understandings of justice, as well as the cultural level to help people understand who they are and what they owe to one another. I think we need to really work on developing a sense of radical hospitality and solidarity.
Radical hospitality.
Yeah, and
that's
solidarity.
That's a big word. What does that mean?
Yeah, what
big
it means
phrase?
is that everybody matters, and I have a claim on you, and you have a claim on me, even though we might be individual people, that we are connected in a fundamental way as
What's
members.
my claim on you?
The idea that by virtue of our connection as members of the human family, I have obligations to care for you, and not just to withhold myself from doing violent or terrible or things to you or deprive you of things that are rightfully yours, but to actually see ourselves as connected in a fundamental way, and your concerns are my concerns, even if it's something as simple as accompanying you in your suffering, to be with you and try to be with you in the way that our Lord is with us in the incarnation.
You're around young college students all the time. What concerns you? What gives you hope?
I'm very hopeful about the young people, especially the kids that I see at the University of Notre Dame. These are young people who are on fire to serve others. They're very excited, and they have a keen sense of their social responsibilities to one another and to their intrinsic and equal dignity. These are we sent 700 kids to the March for Life in January.
And you were here. You were on our
we
set
here.
talking
I was here.
about it.
You and I were
That's
talking
right,
about
right.
it. And our kids, the biggest club on campus at Notre Dame is the Right to Life Club. And these are the same kids who are concerned about refugees and concerned about the poor. It's not simply a one-issue idea, because it's not a one-issue principle. It extends and embraces the entire human family.
Carter Sneed, University of Notre Dame, Director for the Center for Ethics and Culture and a Professor of Law and Politics. Thank you always,
Good
as
to see
always,
you.
for joining
Yep.
us.